All right, folks. Haas here, coming at you with a full day of eating. It has been a while. I think it's been something like 2 years since I uploaded to YouTube. So I figured while I catch you up on that, I might as well give you a little sneak peek into what I eat on a high day ahead of my pro debut in 4 weeks in Houston, Texas. Because if you didn't know, I did turn pro since making the last video. So that happened, which is cool. Very grateful. But yeah. So for meal one, we have our 100 grams of wild blueberries with 100 grams of cream of rice, 20 grams of almond butter mixed in there. We have 2 whole eggs, and that's going to be 90 grams of chicken, so the mommy and the baby can be together in their little nest before they get devoured. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't really know, but they're both getting eaten. And that brings us to meal two, which in this case is going to be 100 more grams of cream of rice. In this case, the brownie batter flavor by Flavor Gang themselves, which, if you didn't know, is the best, well, bowl of gains, we'll say hot cereal company in Canada, because cream of rice is actually a trademark term. But either way, no matter how you slice it, that's my goat personally. We have, of course, the best protein in Canada, 50 grams of the Powerway isolate in my favorite flavor, which is the CC fudge, caramel chocolate fudge, that is. 20 grams of almond butter, and I will often sprinkle in a little bit of this. It's not in the plan today, but normally I love a little bit of Nutrinut in there too. 12 grams is a full serving, and that's all you need. Tastes just like nut butter, maybe even better. And on a less often discussed note in bodybuilding, but equally important if I'm being honest, shaving. For daily, well, not daily, weekly use, I just try to keep it low-ish. Grows back pretty fast, if I'm being honest. So for that, I'm usually going to use a lawnmower trimmer by Manscaped, I believe it is. This is a 4.0. This is the newest model. If you can't see that, that's not terribly important. You get the idea. It's got a neat little flashlight on it when you turn it on. So you kind of just, if you don't have the best lighting, you can flick that on. There's actually 2 settings. Didn't realize that. There's 2 different kinds of light. There you go. Yeah, if you don't, no need to use that. So that's just for like the general weekly. It's not very aggressive, so it's great because you can just do it nice and quick, not cut yourself. It gets close enough that it doesn't show up in pictures, but just maybe like a little afternoon shadow otherwise. And then for when it is time to get shaved down all the way, I prefer a Norelco razor because there's a lot of shaving creams that you can't use leading up to the show those last couple of days. It may throw off your pH. It may cause you to have not allergic reaction, but a very odd reaction to the tan itself. So you might turn green. If you get razor burn, it shows up black and really obvious. It can also just cause a little bit of inflammation from how close it gets. So you're a little bit puffy and you don't look quite as sucked in and hard like you want to. That saran wrap look we're all going for. So yeah, this gets close enough where it's a very smooth shave, gets pretty well everything, at least everything a judge can see. So that's my go-to. Also not too aggressive to the point where you can cut yourself with it, aside from really sensitive spots like armpits and crotch. So be warned about that. But otherwise, these are the only 2 that I use. This is by Philips. It's called a One Blade. And yeah, they're great. Make sure you have 1 or 2 replacement blades. Otherwise, you are good to go. That's about all you need, guys. Also, almost forgot, 100 grams of banana with this meal. Glad I caught that because I actually really do like bananas, and also I want to follow this to the T. For anyone wondering, I do salt all my meals. It's currently about 2 grams, 2,000 milligrams for, I think, 5 of the 6 meals, which I'll verify. And I might even post the actual high day itself on the Kahuna app. But without further ado, let's get at it. Ay. Oh. Ah. Ah. All right, ready? Ah.
Fuck. Come on. Oh, that's Ninja Turtles. Bro, look at it. It's the Shredder. Where?
Okay, so full disclosure, tragedy did strike this afternoon. Luckily, it was a first world tragedy. So what that means is I ran out of chicken, but that's okay because we did have some good Atlantic cod in the freezer, which I do digest well, unlike tilapia and haddock. And if you didn't know, cod is basically the chicken of the sea. So close enough. Same as the last meal, which I don't have any audio for. I might play, my own added audio over it, but the mic was dead, transmitter dead. So now we do have the mic. We have 300 grams of jasmine rice. We have 160 grams of Atlantic cod, which is the equivalent of the 120 of boneless, skinless chicken breast that we had programmed. So hopefully that's okay. Brandon, do not kill me when you see this. I probably should have texted, I'm not going to lie, but that's on me, and that's my cross to die on. So we're going to get this one down. Appetite's still moving and grooving. I am quite lethargic, but that's to be expected when you've been on lower calories for a while. This is all a lot at once in the best way possible. I love the strength, I love the energy, I love the pump, but I am starting to get a bit of a carb hangover, if you will. So 2 more to go. There was also some pineapple with the last meal that I didn't really show because I was just kind of rushing and forgot. And then the apple is normally with the steak meal. So I'll be having the pineapple with that one, apple with this. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's eat. And for my second to final act, I'll be making 120 grams of cream of rice. Disappear. There's some whey isolate in there. There will be some pineapple in a sec here, 100 grams of that. And then we're on to the last meal of the night, thankfully. I should have had some of these done a lot earlier. The day just kind of got away from me between trying to film, normal prep routine. But fuck it, we ball. Fuck, that fucking... Alright guys, so I 100% just burnt myself on the grill. But I didn't get the last meal last night on that high day. So I figured, while I still have daylight tonight and can actually record, might as well show you now, why not? So that last meal is a flank steak. Now it was going to be with 250 grams of jasmine rice and some pineapple. Now that we're back to a regular day of eating, it's just plain old 200 grams of flank steak. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if you've had these before, you know that they are not the best steak, but they're good enough. Wow. That's a nice piece of meat.